Hey everyone, just did a quick update. So, we're going to have a couple projects coming up. We're going to start working on a documentary. And this documentary is going to be several parts. It's going to be a documentary on those who own firearms, why they own firearms, the steps they take in training, and we're also going to focus on a group of people too who are going out to purchase their first firearms and their reasoning on why they want to do that. One of the biggest reasons, of course, this is the United States, and we have the right to purchase firearms. But we're also going to focus a lot of a personal reason. In this documentary, too, I'm going to talk a little bit about my reasons on why I own firearms, um, a self defense case that I was involved in when it came to being able to you know, personally use a firearm to save my life. We're also going to try to get with members of the law enforcement community, especially local ones in our area, to discuss uh, firearm use in our area. And we also are going to talk a little bit about, in this documentary, the rising crime rate when it deals with firearms. And we're going to dwell on a big issue in this documentary, too, is has firearm violence escalated beyond the 1994 to 2004 ban on ARs and such compared to what we see today. Um, we're going to get more into that, and this is going to be a non biased look. Yes, we are a firearm and freedoms YouTube channel. Yes, it's been a while since we talked here. We also have a couple updates. We have a couple of new videos that are going to be coming out soon that we're working on. More simplified history of certain firearm videos, along with some training opportunities that's coming up with Harry's Guns training portion. A new class that we're going to be adding is we already have one class in the firearms training section about laws. When is it considered a good shoot? So, but we're going to dig down a little deeper into legal issues. Um, like one of the classes is how to have your firearm rights or in general civil rights restored after you've committed a non-violent felony. Um, it is my belief, along with really anyone's belief, you should really focus on this is if someone has committed a crime and it did not involve a firearm, let's say you got a felony charge for possession of marijuana or something like that. It is my personal belief that once you've completed your sentence from your time in jail or prison to the time you've paid off all your fines and completed your community service, I personally believe all rights should be restored once that completion process has been done. That is my belief. Hopefully, more people believe that. After all, this is the United States. We are a nation based on rights. Remember, the Constitution was established to limit the power of the federal and state governments, not the power of the people. Now, during this time when you're in trouble and you're on probation for a felony, stuff like that, yes, you're still paying your dues to society. At that point in time, no, maybe you shouldn't have your freedom of Second Amendment voting rights, stuff like that. But upon completion, I believe all that should be restored. If you're able to vote, you should be able to carry a firearm. So we have a couple of things going on. The class section is definitely building up. Uh, we are also the Stop the bleed portion of Harry's Guns, where our TCC training, our T3C, our TC3 training, we're going to be adding to that. We are teaming up with a wonderful lady out of Meriwether County. I believe it's Bees CPR, something like that. We're going to be training up to add CPR structure, more CPR. We already teach CPR in TC3, but we focus a lot more on the wounds, stop the bleeding side. We're now going to add, and the classes will definitely be longer, but more life-saving measures when it comes to CPR training. So keep an eye out on that. Uh, Go like the Harry's Guns Facebook page. There'll be a list of that. And like I said, we already have some people that have signed up to be a part of the documentary. The documentary also is not just localized. We're not just looking for people from here in Troup County or Georgia in general. If you live in another state, feel free to hit us up and we'll do Google Meet, stuff like that. The one good thing about being local to us, general area, be it East Alabama or West Central Georgia, is that we can have more hands-on approach when it comes to it, where we can go to one of our wonderful local firearm studios. The two firearm places that we recommend here in Troup County is, of course, Dixie Creek Precision, which and Full Metal Jacket Armory. Those are the two that we do recommend. FMJ Armory does have the option to have a firing range on site there where you'll be able to rent the firearm and try it out. But we'll be glad to work. And as always, um, we don't do training digitally because it's impossible. It doesn't feel right. But we all always, myself and staff, are more than happy to work with you, talk to you, give you advice. So always feel free to hit us up on that aspect of everything. This is just a quick live update. I didn't mean to actually do live. I should have just did a regular video. I apologize about that, but it has been a while since I have been on the channel, personally speaking, and it's been a while since we've even released a video, which is something we're going to step up and do. So we do have some projects coming down the line. Documentary, like I said, 2 documentaries. The other documentary we're going to be focusing on is dealing with African American firearm ownership and try to negate, because I don't know why, but there is a stereotype on that. But us as the 2A community, firearms community, we love anyone and everyone from all walks of life. And again, we're gonna bring a special documentary of firearm ownership in the inner city to try to promote a more safety and straightforward face. Instead of, unfortunately, we see all these negative videos where you have people with the switches that they're putting on firearms to modify them to be automatic and so forth. But we want to attack that gang culture and show, look, this is the positive of ownership. People in the inner city, just as us in the rural city, no matter, regardless of color, we all deserve the right to defend ourselves. We all deserve that right, and none of it should be looked negative. I'm still a proponent in believing that we should bring this 4-H program, for example, bring rifle classes back into school to teach firearm safety. Once the mystery is gone, people understand firearms better, and it's just how it was. Firearm classes used to be a common occurrence in school. Heck, even when I was in high school during hunting season, you could go out to the student parking lot and see many trucks that had rifles in the back, not because of any threat to the school, but because of going deer hunting even before school or after school. And you didn't really have a lot of this stuff. And this was even post Columbine. So we're going to get into a lot of these topics, talk about a lot of these issues coming on. So, but until then, great to see you guys again. Great to talk to you guys again. I'm personally not feeling well at this moment. Either way, I hope this video finds y'all well. God bless everyone. Keep your fingers off the trigger. Know your target and what's behind it. Do not point your weapon at anything you're not willing to destroy. And then, as always, treat every firearm as if they're loaded. Good evening, good night, good morning,